Hello, everybody. How are you feeling today? Today, I would like to share with everyone one of the practice that I find it, and a lot of us actually, when we do this one, find very helpful. Before the sitting meditation or after the sitting meditation, or just simply whenever that you feel so difficult to breathe in your body and you cannot feel yourself at all because there's so many things happening, too much stimulation, too much responsibility, so much stress or sadness, and all you just need is to find a way to go back into yourself so that you can feel your breathing again and feel aliveness again. And then from that place, you got a little bit more peaceful, more calmness to be with whatever you need to deal with. So I hope this one is helpful for you. So today I would like to share with us some of different ways that we not really massaging the face, but actually look like we're massaging our face. But instead of that, we go into the bone awareness of the face and the skull. And by the touching and awakening the bones in this area and to feel what's there and see how I respond later on. I would like to take you a little bit very quick about the development of our face and our skull, the bone, the muscle and the nerve. And in the development of embryo, when we was in our mommy tummy, is the facial, the bones and the thing and the muscle, they come together from the two sides, everything underneath of the eyes come together like this. It developed the same similar way, like you got fingers, arms, hand and feet, that kind of thing. So the tension, you imagine if you got tension on one of your fingers or all of the fingers on your hands, on your shoulder, how much painful or discomfort or feel not really move easily, difficult to breathe, it get crossed easily. And imagine just one finger, one toe, and how about the face in here and the skull in here where it's not aware of itself. It cannot move anymore, get stuck. So how many times in the day we got full expression for our face. If you are an actor, an actress, or the singer, I think it's wonderful because you might have more chance or a lot of expression for the face. But just if you're just a lay person or just mum like me, maybe we just smile like that, or just sad, or get cross and shout, and just very limited of the movement of all of the tissue and the fibers in here. When we're practicing yoga or Pilates or exercise or anything, how many times are we engaging our face, facial structure, all of these through the skull, the bone, the nerve and everything in the face to be able to move with it also. Or we just that what the difference between this and this. So just a little bit awakening in this one. And maybe try your consolidation first if you like the yoga, as Sivan said, or any movement actually you like, and then do a little bit of this, and then you go back and do whatever you practice and see is there any changing. And please let me know in a comment, comment actually, so I know if it's helpful or not for everyone. So before we go to the practice, I would like to take everyone a little bit in the bone structure first of our face and the skull, so we know what we're doing. And just take your time to explore and keep watching this, maybe a few more time until when you feel you got confident to have a go. And maybe when you do that the first time you not feel anything, do it again. When you fed up, forget about that, do something else, and then come back another time when you feel, oh, I'm ready to try the new again. So what we are going to do, we will touching the lower jaw first, and then we're touching with the awareness, like we would like to awaken the bones in here, just for it to know itself. You know, I know that I am a lower jaw. I know that I am a upper jaw, rather than the brain say you are the lower jaw, you are upper jaw. And then we go to the lower upper jaw. And then after that, we follow all the way through the nose, the bridge of the nose, go all the way up. And we move a little bit on the frontal lobe. We will dig the finger a little bit. Sorry, I only can hold one hand. I put it high up so everyone can see it properly. So we will very gently, we bring our finger a little bit underneath of the eye socket in here, and we're lifting a little bit in the way that we would, because you know, a lot of thinking, the frontal lobe of the brain, kind of it quite heavy. I find it for myself when I have too much thinking and a lot of planning for many things anyway, it's a really heaviness in here. So when I dig the finger, I'm lifting my brain up a little bit, and it's quite lovely feeling. And then we go around in the socket under eyes in here. And if you like it, you can do one side at a time to feel the difference. But in the video, I show you in both sides in one go, because I would like the video not too long. So in here, and when you get the technique already, you got the practice already, it in your blood, you can do anytime you want, whatever way you like. So we go down here, and then we go to the zygomatic arch a little bit in this way, which is our cheek, a little bit in the cheekbone. And then we go on the back of the skull. Sorry, I got label, I should take it off actually. So we go back into the skull, and this one our occipital bone, and it got the bumpy bit in here, just like the feet of the skull. You know, you can hold the skull like that, and it to balance from here. So awakening a little bit in here, and then we go all the way around skull, that kind of thing, and then we lift a little bit the muscle on the forehead, make sure it be able to move up and down, up and down. You know, before that I could not do this. Now I can do this. Just for fun. Before that, you know, the half side in here did not move anything. You can see it's still a little tight in here this morning. But anyway, so, and then later on, we go into, we're holding our fingers in this area where your lower jaw joining with the bones in here. And that is our TMJ joint. And we're working a little bit to releasing this area. So everyone okay about that? You ready to start? Wonderful. So maybe just stop the video, do a little bit movement, see how you feel, and then start the video. We do a little bit on our face. So before we do anything, we always set the baselines first, which is we check in to see what is here, what is now, how my body feeling, what is my body telling me at the moment. And then after that, we can go back into the end of the baseline to check in, is there any changing? So when we practice this one, the brain absolutely completely, especially the frontal lobe, is quiet and just purely observation, no judgment, no explanation. So for example, like when I feel, I did not actually sleep last night, wake up 3:30 a.m. this morning. One of my beloved teacher, who 95 years old, passed away yesterday, and in Vietnam, it's quite difficult. I find very difficult, very emotion. So let me take you to this one. I think I've been carried away a bit. So let's just go back, go to the baseline, sit whatever way, or you can do this one lying down. You don't have to sit up. What I found the best way is somebody do it for you. So I train my children. So I do that for them and they do it for me. It's very lovely. So just find a place where you feel comfortable and just breathe without any thought about it, without any should or don't. And then to open your awareness to what here now, what is your body telling you? And there is a way we can do that. We can go with each part of the time from the sole of the foot to the top of the head, or different way in the order, or we actually to open up to whatever telling us, we just listen to it. So you choose what you want to do. So for example, at the moment, I can feel my right shoulder telling me that I'm quite frozen. My heart is telling me that I have a very heavy heart at the moment. And I can feel my blood circulation a little bit like a loop, like figure eight. And I can feel my finger breathing. So you feel what you feel, what come to you is come to you. And that is the right thing. And sometimes, you know, when I first practiced this one, to perceiving, I think 2 decades ago, to perceiving information from my body, there's a million, thousand things come at the one go. Like you in the nursery, you know, and then you got 1,000 children just scream for your name and how would you go first? So often when I know that in that position, I slow down. I tell myself to slow down and be open. And then the next one, let's start. So at the moment I sit on the physio ball. I move the screen for you guys to see. So it helped me be able to move everywhere easily. But you can sit on the chair or lie down on the ground or on your bed, you know, when you find it difficult to sleep. So first, because I got microphone, so I would try my best to not move too much because the microphone will make a very funny noise if not in the right place. But for you, you can eye close, eye open, and I talk you through, so you don't have to watching the screen all the time. So with both fingers and my intention that I would like to awaken the bones in my face and in my skull so it can move again. So as I apply a little bit pressure, like you know when you meet your friend, that kind of thing. So my finger, the bone in my finger come to meet the bone in my face, especially the lower jaw, as a friend and say, oh, what is there? And I just circle a little bit. So just take your time, enjoy that, breathe easily. And again, forget about all of the technique, just enjoy what you're doing. So you're keep circling that. And as you're doing that, if thought come, it's okay. Have a smile. And then coming back into the sensation or the feeling when your hand touching your lower jaw. And as you're doing that, noticing that which hand pressure, you put more pressure than the other side, or both equal, or you might not aware of that at all. Noticing what you notice. And if your mind or your thought keep coming, don't push it away. Smile to it again. And then maybe change the patterns a little bit. So maybe one hand, you draw one side of circle and the other one you draw the different side. You know, with the kid, they do the head and the tummy, that kind of thing. And just noticing which one, what side you draw from the clockwise and the other one counterclockwise, which one. So to find our upper jaw, which is somewhere there. And again, we can circling it very gently. Say hello to it. Oh, I got the upper jaw, that kind of thing. And take as much time as you need, you know. In the video, I do a little bit short. And again, noticing about the pressure or about change the pattern of the circle or square, or you can draw a triangle. I quite like spiral. So I go with that. I avoid to try the corner of my mouth because I got microphone, but for you, please doing that too. Go down to the corner of the mouth. Quite nice. Got chasing all the way, following the bone. And then I go into the underside of the nose, the nostril. I go, oh, now I can breathe again. I go up to the bridge of the nose. And again, if the thought not coming, I quite enjoy it actually. So don't have to tell myself anything. But if the thought comes, then I will pay more attention into the pressure of the fingers, the difference between each fingers, or the shape of the circle. So you know to play creatively. You know, our practice is not a recipe, you know. It is sharing experiences. So the more whatever work with you creative a little bit. And then we go to the forehead. So my eye will be closed a little bit. So this is your frontal lobe bone. Move them a little bit. And then I go to underneath of my eyes. I quite like with the fingers, you know, the thumb. So I go underneath in here. And then I lift the brain up a little bit. I might be quiet a bit, but I do that as I'm breathing in. And as I'm breathing out, I releasing the pressure. And you can do opposite also. And I go very many different angles in the eye socket. And do as many rounds as you need in your eyes area. But I will move down now to the under eye. So you can use all of the fingers. And this is the place I find it helpful the most. Especially when I feel so sad, you know. This, it really helps. And then I push the finger there and then I press a little bit pressure. And then I'm releasing with my breathing. So when I press, it's not pressing down, not straight down like that, but there is a way, it's really loving way, you know. So I go downward and go out. When I go with this one, also the upward and go out a bit or upward and go in, but I'm not upward and then that's it. A little bit spiral in that area. And I can feel if I just a little tiny leaf in here, if I go spiral, what happening is the whole of the neck bone, the spine also move. You can see that. It's really lovely lip rather than just push, not pushing, not pulling anything. The next one we can go to all of the in here. So I might not go a lot on this side of the microphone, but just squeezing the muscles in your face. And in your face, you got a lot of nerve and a cranial nerve, and it activates also by the skin. So we're just squeezing the skin in. So here we go, wake up that kind of thing. So any lady or anyone who a lot of makeup get a benefit from this. I'm not makeup, so you know, every morning you do your makeup, every evening you washing your face. Not a lot of people do this. It's quite nice. I can move now. The muscle becomes softer in here. And then the next one, it's really lovely also, which is like I let my lower jaw hanging. And sorry, I need to move this one and it look like this. And relax a bit. Oh, it's so nice. So you just let your lower jaw hanging. And then you try to lift the lower jaw up. And there is a button in here, a magic one. So we can move from the lower jaw toward the upper jaw, or the upper jaw toward the lower jaw. And it closes the mouth straight away, where you don't have to hold the tension with the bring the lower jaw up to the lower to the lower one to the upper. But in a way, it have to release the tension in TMJ joint. So you push your finger at the place that we talk about the TMJ joint where the lower jaw connect with the skull, remember? So somewhere outside of the ear and here. And then open and close lower jaw, and you feel that joint moving. And then the next one, to leave the lower jaw hanging and your skull in here, your skull will rocking around the lower jaw. That's what we're trying to find. And some of us, it's really movable. Most of us, it not move anywhere. Take your time, be patient, get there. So I hold my lower jaw this way, and then I find my skull. And allow the skull moving around the lower jaw through that joint. It will be a spiral one. And then the next one, what we're going to do, that we go into the temple a little bit with two thumbs, and we just rubbing around. We apply a little bit pressure on it as we breathe in or as we breathe out. And as we breathe out, we're releasing it. So you go with your own breathing. You don't have to match your breathing with anybody else. And the reason why, because of your pattern are very different with everyone else, depend on what your history, what happening in your life also, you know, but some point we come together in the same place. And then on the back of the head, remember we talk about occipital bone. So I turn around the back to have you to see. So I quite like to tilt the head backward like that. A lot of people like to tilt the head forward. So I find a bumpy bit in my occipital bone, and then oh, so nice. And I just let my head be supported my hand, and I allow the skull to move. And I draw the circle or spiral, and I follow the whole way through the skull, and then I back to you a bit, so you can stretching your skull the whole way through like that kind of thing. But do more real way, because I got microphone and I can't do real way, but you just that kind of thing like this. Then it's really nice. And then after that, if you do for yourself, it's quite difficult, but if somebody do for you, it's really nice. So I put one hand underneath the skull, one hand on the neck or something to a little bit support, and I invited a little bit lengthening, a little bit lifting, and then releasing, lifting and releasing, lifting and releasing. But I'm not pull the neck away. And then after that, we go into our ears. And again, darling, I show you one ear because the other ear with microphone business. So you just rubbing around the outer ear. With this microphone, I could not do properly. But you take your time, do it properly, darling, the outer ear. Then pull a little bit, elf. Recently, we watched Hobbit. And I love it. And the other witches, I think, Siri and the Netflix, that they got the elf with the big ear, like the Beano and Hobbit with the feet. So just moving a little bit inside the ear, outer ear, inner ear, and then go down a little bit in the jaw again. Feel what you feel now. And then we sit a little bit quiet time, just do your check-in again and the baseline. And feel what you feel actually. I got a timer on. And just breathe. And noticing, is there any changing in terms of your breathing? Is it more easier, more clarity in your breathing? Can you feel your breath a little bit much easier? Is it deeper or shallower? How was it? And what is your body telling you at the moment? And then you can go to any yoga consultation, any yoga pose, any gym, any Pilates style you want to practice, or weightlifting or anything. So for example, I would go a little bit to Trikonasana with triangle pose. So it looked like that kind of thing. But now I can feel my face also move rather than that. But as I go in this way, my face also move. My vocal structure also move. My skull also move. My eyes, my ear also move. And then let's do the other side. Wonderful. Thank you so much, everybody. And I hope this one is helpful and meaningful for you. It helps you to breathe better, have a better mood. And thank you for joining me. And I see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.